Hi, beautiful people. Aloha. Happy St. Patrick's Day 2017. I'm here to do a quick little tutorial on some greens. I feel like any kind of eye color, maybe blues, be a little gentle with your green, but browns and hazels and greens still works really, really well. So I'm just going to be using a few of these fun, I have a ton of these guys. So I'm just going to kind of play around, see what I want to work with, and go from there. I've already primed the face, primed the eyes, and did my eyebrows so that we can make this a little bit quicker. So I'm just going to start figuring out what colors I want to do in the eyebrow area, because there's so many to choose from. Well, they do have an actual white, which kind of, it's not too potent. Let's see how well it goes on, huh? That's not too bad. It's definitely a matte, which is kind of fun. I hope you guys are gonna have your yummy dinner, corned beef and cabbage, and your green beers. I can't wait to get off work so I can have my green beer. Unfortunately, my family and I will be eating fish for dinner because it's Friday and we are in the middle of Lent, so it's okay. We're doing our corned beef and cabbage tomorrow, which I'm so excited for because I'm braising it, so I'm excited. Okay, so you kind of can really feel whatever greens you really want. I'm going to figure out, the hard part with these greens is that they're all kind of shiny, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but you know, we'll figure it out. And then we're going to work from there. So I'm going to start by pulling a really pretty light green for the crease. I'm not really sure. These are kind of like knockoff eyeshadow. I got them for Christmas from my sister-in-law. So I couldn't tell you the brand of them, but the pigments are actually pretty nice. And they go on pretty well. She did a good job. So this is a very light color. Can't really see much of it, but it's okay. We're gonna build. It's a nice starting point. I love green. Green is such a pretty color. There's so many different colors of green that really can outstand anything. So it's very light, but that's good because we want a light base so that we can kind of blend. Alright, let's see, what next green? They kind of have this, I think this is like a sage green. It's getting a little bit darker. You can never take away, so you always start little because you can always add. So I'm always trying to not grab too much and slowly work a little bit more color at a time. Yeah, that's not bad. It's fun layering colors because then you can really see a definition in all the colors you add. I'm just going the corner of the eye too, just to kind of give it some color. Definitely starting off light, but that's kind of a good thing. It's starting to look pretty. I primed my eyes with Smashbox 24-hour wear. I have a few different that I'm trying, so far it lets the eyeshadows blend really well, which I like, because, you know, some of them are sticky or tacky. Of course, you know, your makeup's going to stay on forever, but you can't really blend it, so definitely want to make sure we can blend. Sorry if you hear anything in the background. It's garbage day, and I have all my windows open here in Hawaii because it's such nice weather. Why not, right? Okay, I think that's even. My lighting in here isn't great, but for the camera it's great, so I'm kind of winging it, a little blinded. I'm using the screen to see. Okay, so now I want to migrate to kind of a little bit of a darker green. These are pretty blunt, either neon. Let's see what this one looks like. What about this one? I think we could do this one. I'm not really sure how green or bluish green or what this one is, but yeah. I'm just going to do it on the corners. I'm not really going to take it in to interior. So you just blend right in the crease. It's a pretty color. Then I'm going to take my big Sigma kind of flathead and just kind of go in the crease and blend. Blending is your friend. I feel like my eyelids have their own discoloration. I feel like for always there's like a little white spot right there. Couldn't really tell you why, but on each side it does it. And I don't like it. But hey, nobody's perfect. Seems like right there. I just keep getting a touch of light. But that looks good. Okay, let's move on to the other one. Just in the corners. I kind of like to do like a V in the corner because it'll kind of pull off once you trace the line to give you a solid, pretty definition. I'm trying to make these tutorials not so long so that you guys don't get bored. It's the worst. It's when you want people to enjoy it and it just goes on and on. So I'm trying to make this nice and simple for you. I hope everybody has fun and be safe on St. Patrick's Day. It's my son's favorite because his favorite color is green. Go figure, right? My awesome son. I think he's actually had the same favorite color since birth. And he's never faulted otherwise. So we're just gonna blend out the corners. That's really pretty. This is a fun palette, or palettes, I should say. Okay, so then I want to take kind of a really pretty lighter green. This one looks like it has a little bit of gold in it. Who doesn't like gold for St. Patrick's Day? I mean, really? And then I'm actually going to add a little bit more of the eyeshadow primer. This is the 24. Because it will kind of help stick a little bit more in the center. So I'm just going to apply it right in here. Because in the inside, if you want it to be really prominent and like a really pretty color, you want to definitely more set it there than you do. Which one was I going to use again? I think it's this one. You want it to just set there instead of kind of blending it, because then you don't get that full effect. That's fun. This one has a little bit of gold in it and like reflects a little bit. See, it's not like too bright or too green. I mean, if you want to do neon green, you're more the merrier. But I'm kind of going for more of the softer greens today. You kind of just want to blend it up into the creases. But you don't want to go like all the way up, because then that kind of looks funny. And then you take your big flat brush and kind of blend right down the middle. That's really pretty. So then I like to take more of my Sigma tapered blending brush and just go back into the crease with the lighter color just to blend them all together. And it also adds a little bit to it. More definition. But it's light enough. This brush is really, really soft. It's a longer bristled brush, so it doesn't really put the pigment there. It really is soft and flexible to just kind of blend. See? Nice and soft. That's really pretty. Okay, so then I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner. Where is my liquid? Oops. Okay, so I'm using the Super Skinny NYX marker. They're hit and miss, but I turn it sideways and just kind of drag it. Because then it like flats, it goes right against your eyelash line. And it's more of a comfortable way of holding it. Like, you don't want to go like this because then your wrist is all kinked. And you get a way better line. Nice and subtle. And then I like to take my concealer brush and just kind of help the winging process. So it just gives a really pretty subtle, and it kind of evens out the bottom of it. So of course on your other hand, it's kind of uncomfortable, but I like to hold it like this. Because for me, I get the nicest balance. And then the brush is still flat against your eyelash line. They're never going to be 100% perfect because, you know, you can only, do so much with the opposite side. I like to make it a little bit more thicker in the middle because you're going to put your eyelashes on, so you kind of want them to just even out. And you just kind of even out the eyeliner on this side. Just winging it. Most tutorials, I am just winging it. Okay, nice and even. Of course, once again, it's not going to be perfect because nobody is, right? Ooh, that looks good. Okay, now that we did that, we're going to go on to our foundation. I'm going to do today the, it's a Lancome Miracle. It's a water-based foundation. I've been wearing the matte 24 hour, and it's been okay, but my skin's just going through a funk, so I'm gonna do the water-based. It's a little bit lighter, and it kind of just gives you like a nice dewy finish. I think my skin is like, it's very humid here right now between the heat and the VOG. The VOG is just awesome here. It's volcanic ash because the Big Island volcano has been spewing out lava, which is great because it's building more of an island and giving us more square footage, but we're getting the trade winds of that volcanic ash, and it's very harmful for yourself. It's worse than like pollen or allergies. I never had allergies in my life, and this is definitely affects me. So bear with the skin situation. But I still can't complain. I live in a very beautiful place. I got very blessed. And I get to do what I love, which is even better. And who doesn't like to have sunshine 24/7, 365 days a year? Okay. Nice even coverage. I really like this foundation because it covers super well, but it's super light because it's, and it's also a light reflector. You have, so there's an luminance built into it, and it's just really, really beautiful, especially for someone who doesn't want a ton of coverage. So I'm taking the Taunt Miracle. I'm actually taking the lightest shade that they have. I think it's the lightest shade, Ivory 4N. And then I'm just going to use it once again as my highlighter. Let me find my highlighter brush. And I'm just going right on the cheekbone. Lately I haven't been wanting to use concealer under my eyes. It's been a little too heavy for the humidity here, so I've just been kind of sticking with the highlighted foundation portion under the eyes, because you get kind of dewy-ish and it just settles. And my skin is, like I said, going through a funk, so I don't want to add any more than I need under there. So as you can see, it does a really beautiful bounce of light. Kind of blend out the corners. Then you go down the middle, grab whatever excess you have, and kind of just blend it. Sorry, I'm trying a new view, so you're straight on with me, but I'm looking down instead of up, so you're not seeing up my nose. I didn't think that was very cute for you guys. Okay, then I'm going to grab this is the Secret Brightening Powder from Laura Mercier. And I think my son emptied it all out. That's awesome. Because I don't feel like there's much left. That's okay. I'm just going to take it and go right underneath the eye area, because it helps set the eye if you use either concealer or what I use is foundation. And it just kind of does a really nice brightening and lighting effect, but there's no shimmer in it. It's just a really nice, beautiful brightening powder. See? Nice and pretty. And then I'm going to take the rest. Which one's this one? Ecru. Yes, so I'm using a dual finish powder from Lancome. It's the Ecru. This time I'm going to use the brush just because I'm getting more of that lighter effect. You kind of just pat it. You could use your sponge or anything else to set. I like using a brush on this foundation because it's already a light enough foundation. So I don't want to like tack any more on. You can kind of see the glow in my forehead. That's the luminance that's built in this foundation, which is really pretty. And then I kind of just like to blend. Okay. Now that that's done, we are going to migrate onto bronzer. So, let's see. What do we want to use today? Let's use more of a gold. I'm using the Lancome, it's golden in a bronzing. This one's really pretty because, yet again, it has like a bronzed gold shimmer in it, and it doesn't turn orangey or yellow-y. It's definitely more of a browner based, which I love because, see, gives that perfect brownness to the skin. Go up in the forehead. just blend it up to the ear. The rule of thumb for bronzer, if you've never applied or don't know how, you start from the corner of the top of the ear to the corner of the mouth. So you just go at a diagonal and work your way. My neck's a little white. I haven't been in the sun for a bit. So you want to add just a little bit of touch to your face. Looks pretty. And I think today I'm not gonna do a blush. I think I'm just gonna do, I'm using Urban Decay's, it's the Naked Illuminated. It's the original. I know that there's a few that came out. I got the original. So you just kind of dust it. See that really prettiness right on the top of the cheekbone. Isn't that pretty? I love this thing, and a little goes a long way. You want to be very, very cautious with this bad boy because it's very, very glittery. Very glittery, but shimmery. So I'm not going to put this down the middle of my nose. I'm probably going to grab my highlighter. It's Blush Subtle, it's shimmer, it's the Touch Lumiere. I definitely use this before in some of my posts. So it's not like shimmer, but it's just like more of a highlight. So I'm just going to do that down the middle. And I feel like my nose is getting pretty, like the sides are already pretty decently bronzed, even though I didn't have to do it. So I'm not going to really go over that today with bronzer. I'm just going to. And then I like to take my foundation brush slash powder brush and just kind of get a really good, pretty soft, distinct line. Just so that it gives you see? Nice and simple. Okay. Now that that's done, you definitely want to go back in and do your under eye. So I'm going to grab, where is it? My Sigma. Little tiny guy. And I'm actually going to grab, I mean, you can add any kind of green you want. You don't have to use what you've already used on your eyes, which I'm not. I'm grabbing kind of a goldish, darker color. And you kind of just blend right under the lash line. Like I said, the fun thing about greens is that you can add any greens to greens. And I just kind of push it like right under the eyeliner. You can definitely go all the way in into the crease. If you want your eyes to look bigger and more almond shaped, you only stick with the outsides. If you have really far apart eyes, you want to go ahead and bring it all the way in, because then it kind of narrows them in a little bit. Just a few little tricks. And then I like to take this guy, kind of just blend it. Once again, look at the camera, make sure it's kind of even, because my sunlight's changing because it's moving. This side needs a little darker. That's really pretty. And then I like to take a little bit of a lighter, I'm trying to find more of a gold, light gold color. I think this one's going to be my best bet. You want to get all the green off. Okay. You kind of just put it right in the corner. And blend it. Kind of do the corners. Kind of bring some highlight. Pretty, pretty. Now I was gonna use some of this gold. It's the heavy metal from Urban, but I think I'm gonna put my eyelashes on first, and then I'm going to apply that. So I'm actually gonna put on a little bit of mascara because I'm using the Cream Shop or the Creme Shop eyelashes, number 99. So they're kind of separated. So I want to add just a little bit of oomph in my eyelashes so that they kind of blend together. With the really, really thicker ones, I don't really do mascara, but I'm going to add, I'm just using the Clinique, it's the lash doubling mascara, so it kind of helps a little bit. To get that doubling effect before I even apply my mascara or my eyelashes. Okay, that's enough for now. Alright, let's get our glue. I'm using the Duo. It has an aluminance in it, which is really cool, but it also, you can paint it on, which works a lot better. I've heard that they have, House of Lashes has one. Not really sure. From what I hear, you don't have to wait for it to dry. But on my end, I feel like it makes my eyes itch. But that just could be because I had to apply in a corner of my eye, and I could have gotten it in my eye, which kind of sucks, you know, if you get glue in your eye. I'm reusing these bad boys, so I'm just trying to get the glue residue off as much as I can without ripping them apart, just because you definitely don't want excess stickiness. This one is my left. Alright. Let's get these painted on. Definitely add a little bit more in the corners so that they stick well. Oh, got it. I like to kind of blend them, roll them, loosen them up. Alright. Kind of let them dry. My legs are falling asleep. Oh. It's a really pretty setup. I like it. Okay. Alright. So I'm not gonna look at you. I'm gonna You definitely don't want to feel them when you're applying, because then that could really hurt. Like this one in the corner, I feel. Then you could shut your eyes and push. Make sure it all gets down on the lid. The thinner the ones are, the harder it is to like really get them to grip. So it's nice and subtle. Okay, let's go on to the next ones. Where are they? Over there. Not doing any crazy eyelashes. Oh, these ones are nice. These barely have any glue on this one. So that means the other one, this one must have, before I had a hard time with. But not today. I actually think I forgot to grab my lipstick, so it's okay. Bet you Ireland is having a ball right now. It'd be so much fun to go to, you know, all the different locations of where you're supposed to celebrate, like, you know, Irish, St. Patrick's Day. Was there any other ones? I don't know of any other locations for holidays. So that would be fun, at least to be in Ireland for St. Patrick's Day. I'm not even sure. I think I'm Irish. I'm a mutt. My mom has a lot. My dad's Greek and I think English. So we're kind of all over the board. Alright, let's get these bad boys on here. I'm not really sure why, but these ones always go on way better. My right go on way better than my left. And I'm wondering if it's just because I'm left-handed. I don't know. But I feel like this side just goes on so perfect. And the other side just goes on so funky. Like I said, we don't have twins for anything. No eyelashes, no eyebrows, no nothing. Then you just kind of like look. Ow. That just hurt a little bit. I think that's why that one looks so funky. Because it didn't really go on my skin. Anyways, so we'll move on. So, now that we have our eyelashes on, the next step is just lips. So I'm going to just kind of wing it, I guess. You can really do any color. A really pretty color would be like a really deep red. It's the glossy lip paint. This stuff is so pretty. So I'm just gonna apply like so. Look how pretty that is. Kind of take your time. It's really pretty. Then once again, my lips are uneven, like always. Such a pretty color. Love this one. And then what I actually like to do is I like to find a really pretty gold. Let's see, is this one? Yeah. And then you kind of just blend it. And you just kind of look. And there you have it. Such fun days of holidays. Anyways, well, thank you guys for tuning in. A love for artistry. Go subscribe. I'm Ashley. I hope you have a fabulous St. Patrick's Day and a safe one at that. Bye. Mahalo.